4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what?
All right, we are back, and I'm here with actor Marks, Greg Marks. He is the director of the Westbrook Movie, which is coming out here this fall. And by this time, guys, if you've been following us, you know who Mr. Marks is, at actor Marks on Instagram, at Westbrook USA. He's doing big things for the state here and producing this film in the state of Washington. For people who I guess who don't know, maybe you're watching us for the first time, maybe you just kind of got plugged in after national duels, who knows? But Greg, tell us about yourself, man.
So born and raised in Tacoma, Washington, and I decided to make a wrestling movie. This is my fourth movie. I couldn't afford to make the movie that I originally wanted to make, so I delve into wrestling because it's a easier niche to get into. But once I started watching the wrestlers and going to tournaments and camps and stuff like that, it kind of inspired me to do a lot more. So I'm here for the long haul. Just like working with you guys. Wrestling in Washington State is growing so much right now that I think that that it's time for a new movie to kind of set the precedence.
You got it.
Yeah, for the future wrestlers. Everybody knows Vision Quest. There's a lot of other ones out there, but there's only been about 14 fictional wrestling movies that have ever been made. The first one's in 1978. Then, of course, we had Vision Quest in 1985. But since then, I think some of the fictional ones, they're not bad. But I just don't think that they're real to life, kind of like what we're doing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my deal. I mean, from Tacoma, like wrestling, it inspired me. It's actually in the last 3 years, it's made me a better person through all the people I met, the coaches, the families, the kids. It just changed my perspective on what I should be doing.
Yeah, that's great. So give us some updates. I think the last time that we talked to you on the podcast was at the state tournament, which was in February. Yeah, I know, time flies, man. Yeah. Here we go. So buckle up. Film is only months away.
Yeah, November.
Yeah. So we got some updates. Tell us about where you're at in the process. Fill the viewers in on where we're at here in June of 2025.
So we're on the third rough cut. I've been working with the composer because we want to have all original music. We want to have, in this film, we want to have our own soundtrack. We don't want,
love that. We
want our music to be the music that people are listening to and replaying in the gyms and things like that, and in the movie. But we're on our third rough cut. We should be done next 2-3 weeks and have picture lock. Once we get picture lock, we will start dropping in the music that this is so weird. I wrote a wrestling song. It's called The Wrestler's Anthem, and it's pretty good. It's sung by a girl named Erin Ross. And dude, somebody listened to it and they start tearing up.
Really?
Yeah. So I use wrestling metaphors in the song in comparison to life.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. No, but her voice is just angelic. And then I'm working with Timothy Cox, who did the composing on my last film, Trust Tomorrow. Working with him, we're trying to create special music for jail scene and special music for the montage.
Yeah,
which is going to be really cool.
That's awesome.
It's going to be really cool.
That's awesome. So the soundtrack, I mean, I didn't really know that until you just told me right now. I mean, you showed me some this morning when we were here, but I didn't know that there was a full-blown soundtrack. So is something like that going to be like on a Spotify playlist or something?
We don't know yet.
Download?
This is all new.
Oh, okay.
This is all new.
Right.
Even
uncharted
doing
territory.
Yeah. You know, because the way things are changing in film, all these different platforms and streaming, and I mean, LA's dead right now. There's people moving because there's no work there.
Right.
There's just so much to it. We just don't know what's going to happen. We could put the movie out and in 2 weeks or so, someone say, hey, we want to buy that.
Yeah.
You know, we just don't know.
Yeah, man, I think it would be cool because I don't even know if you're aware of this, but a lot of, and I didn't even know this until I actually started putting some musical background to, like, adding a song to like some of our Instagram posts right around the state time at the Tacoma Dome. Since I was little, going there when my brothers were wrestling, they had the Vision Quest soundtrack playing at the Tacoma Dome. And so I think we need to start integrating some of that, because like the Parade of Champions, some of the in between session stuff, they'll play some of the Vision Quest soundtrack. I think they do a little bit of Rocky too in there. But man, it'd be cool if we can start like playing in some original sound when we get to the T-Dome or whenever.
Exactly. The music for the montage scene, which I showed you a little bit of it, the name of that song is called Rumble. And then, like I said, the other one is the Wrestler's Anthem. And it's just, we haven't even got to Chael scene yet, because we wanted to use Bad to the Bone, but they wanted $20,000
Yeah, I was gonna say,
to use that. And we're like, nah, we'll figure it, because I know people in bands and stuff like that.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out. Make
I think
cool.
the OG stuff is going to be great, man. I'm excited to hear it, excited to see it. Talk about the Chamber of Commerce stuff that you got going on with Tacoma. That was pretty exciting stuff that you've been already working with them a little bit, doing some stuff
a little bit. So we're trying to bring television series to Tacoma. It'll bring revenue and jobs for Washington State, pretty much, because we can bring film crews here and film a television series here. That just changes everything. I mean, from fuel to food to hotels to everything, right? So if you're looking at a TV series, you're looking at probably $500,000 to $600,000 an episode,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's part of that goes back into the city. This is without any film incentives or anything. This is just us.
Love it.
Just raw. So I think that'll be good. I'm excited to be on there and talk about that as well. I'm from Tacoma, so why wouldn't I want to hear? I can just go from my house to set.
I mean, you're turning into an icon, a legend in the Tacoma area now, so it's kind of a no-brainer for them to come bring you onto the podcast. We should have a link for that when it's coming up. You guys can tune in. Maybe if it's pre-recorded, we can send a link out to watch it later on. But
pre-recorded.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're live right now. I told Greg, we're going live. We're going live. Yeah. So, but yeah, man. What else is new? Give us some more. I guess maybe kind of your schedule moving forward. What are the kind of the milestones that you're trying to achieve as we enter the summer?
Yeah. So, everything takes money, right? So I have until the end of this month to come up with $25,000. Ask me how much I have right now, Sam.
Yeah, it's not cheap, man.
No. But I mean, I've talked to some investors, and I'm pretty confident that we'll get it on time, because what it is that we're trying to get the film reclassified, because when we started, we didn't have all the money that I have now, and in a short project agreement, which is called a SPA agreement, we can only spend $50,000, and we can only have a 45-minute film, but they give you 45 days to film it. So we just filmed everything we could, because we knew that we could get reclassified. But in order to get reclassified, all of the cast and crew has to be paid before they're reclassified.
Gotcha.
All the cast is paid, but the crew, my guys and the Thai guys and everybody's worked on it, they're cool with not having all their money right now, because they see the vision in it.
Right.
But technically, for the union's sake of SAG, you have to have it. So
right.
If it wasn't for that, we'd be moving forward, because we'll get our money on the back end.
I mean, that's kind of a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Essentially, right? Because you've grown into getting reclassified, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, you got to come up with some money, but again, like it's got to feel somewhat of like an achievement to be able to be where you're at right now in this process, right?
Yeah, and in the scope of things, so we have $100,000 in investments plus 70 grand that I've put in it. So I never thought I'd be dealing with that much money, which is really small, comparative to Hollywood or big films. But for us here in Washington, to be able to put a film together like we did with all of these celebrities, the locations that we have and everything, with that amount of money, it's unprecedented. Did I use that word twice today?
You said, I think, precedent, and now it's unprecedented. So we're using the whole vocabulary here today. I forgot to even mention, we've been rattling off these podcasts as the day goes along, but we are here at the Gut Check Wrestling Camp. Clinicians Aaron Brooks, You guys all know him, 4-time NCAA champion from Penn State. Amit Allure, Olympic gold medalist. She's here as well. Aaron's running his session right now. You got Andy Cook, who we just had on, head women's coach at UCSD down there in San Diego. A lot of cool faces and stuff, man. Like, it's just like, I mean, it's got a small feel to it, even though probably because we're in an arena right now.
There's still a lot of people here.
There's a lot of people, man, and it's this is kind of what wrestling is. It's just like, it's a tight knit community, and I guess just talk about. Obviously, you want to keep promoting the film, coming to events like this, but what else are you getting out of coming to an event like a camp like this one?
When I come to camps, first of all, talking to Aaron and Amit, that in itself is
honor.
And to actually have met them before and for them to remember who I am, felt even better.
100%. Yeah,
but
I just had the same thing with Aaron too. It was like, okay, cool.
Exactly. But like, what I really like is I went in the stands because there's less parents than kids here, and I literally sat down with almost all of them for 10 seconds, 30 seconds, introduce myself and talk to them and ask them their experiences and how their kids are doing and what weight they're wrestling and just different stuff like that, because that feeds back into encouraging me to keep trying as hard as I can. Like I was saying earlier, making film is comparative to wrestling. Right? It's going to be tough. You got to keep pushing. How much are you willing to sacrifice? Are you going to go the distance? Like I told him, I'm like a honey badger, right? Honey badger ain't scared of nothing. He won't give up on nothing, right? And that's what's helped me get this far. So acknowledging that the parents, I understand how much work and how much time it takes of their life to bring these kids to these different camps and do these different things, because it all costs money. I just wanted to acknowledge the parents and let them know that's part of the reason why I'm here, so that hopefully we can create that scholarship we were talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about, I guess, what else can we do as a community, as a Washington Wrestling Network, as the community here in Washington to support Westbrook the film? Obviously, when the film comes out, we want everybody who follows us and you, obviously, to go and see the film, right? That's the idea, is viewership and that whole bit. But how else can we support Westbrook the movie?
I think the biggest thing right now is Washington State needs to control the narrative, right? So follow me on Instagram, watch the video on YouTube or the trailer on YouTube, because what happens is people like Netflix or Amazon Prime, they look at the numbers. Oh, you got one follower. We don't want that movie.
Yeah.
You got 100,000 followers, and now we're getting interesting, right?
100%.
Yeah. So I think that's the biggest thing that anybody could do right now, because all the other stuff is just hard work that we got to put in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Behind the scenes stuff. Yeah.
But we're trying to make the #1 wrestling movie, fictional wrestling movie in the world. Okay. With a lot of time, a lot of study putting into it. I put 2 years of research before I even wrote a single word on the script. Right, just so I knew that I was accurate. The wrestling's real in it. It's just a lot of those different things is what's going to control the narrative, right? Because who did that? Who's done that? We got Shane Sparks and Chael Sonnen live commentating in the movie. Who's done that? Yeah,
man, it's incredible. I mean, especially in the little time that you've actually been around the wrestling scene and getting those names on there. To me, it was just like, wow, man, this guy knows what he's doing, and you're not a stranger. You call me all the time, which is awesome, because you keep fueling my fire as well, which is awesome. But I mean, you're everywhere. You're doing all this stuff. You're at these events. You're at a camp here. You're going to Gut Check tournament, following everybody, following the whole scene. You've become a part of this community, and we just thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Kamaya, I didn't want to leave her out. She just wrestled at Junior National Duels. Yeah. Congratulations to all the women who just got done wrestling at National Duels. 14U's won the Greco National Duels. Kamaya had a fantastic tournament, and I got to actually meet Kamaya back in March and got a little small interview with her at Northwest Regionals. Fantastic gal. I'll talk about Kamaya just one more time, since she's got the limelight right now of being able to wrestle on the national duel team.
Yeah, dude, in the movie, so it's weird, right? Because I had to find these kids, and I had to find the right kid, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when I saw Kamaya, it was at Centralia, the hub.
Right.
That's where I saw her.
So probably Northwest Regionals 2 years ago.
Yes. Yeah. And that's where I saw her. She wrestled. I was like, man, she's really good, but she doesn't look like a wrestler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
because she's not like buff or she just looks normal.
Yeah.
But she's strong as an ox.
Right. Yeah. And tough. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she did her match, and then she went to the stands and just start hanging out with her sister and playing around. I go, that's the kind of person I want in this movie.
Yeah.
You know, and then I talked to her parents and like, yeah, she went all in, dude. When you see her on screen,
Well, I already saw her a couple different times, and she stood out to me. Just like the acting skills were like through the roof. I was like, whoa, like,
dude,
you know, we can. But now we're just, you know, it's like we're just riding a bike. You know, like so. No, yeah, like you can tell, like she's on it,
and I told
does
her
a really
parents,
good
like,
job.
if she doesn't make it in wrestling, just
let's
throw her in the series as a regular.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, you struck gold there.
Yeah.
Any other parting words before we get back to the camp here? I know we got a lot of fun stuff still going on, but
yeah, I just want everybody who's in the wrestling community, I want to say thank you for all the support. It's kind of weird. I've gotten more open, but just going up to people and talking to them, because now they kind of know, like you said, know who I am a little bit, and I'm just doing research basically. Even if I'm just having a conversation, I want to thank all those parents. It's a big deal to me, man. These parents are putting everything they got. You know, they're Uber eating after work to get kids. You know, just it's insane.
Yeah.
You know, the extra stuff they have to do. So I just want to say thank you to the parents, and then also want to say thanks to you guys, and to Gut Check, and to everybody that has just supported me, because I don't think if I had the support and the encouragement from the community like I have, I probably wouldn't be as far as I am now.
There's awesome,
just no
man.
way.
Yeah.
You know, so it's because of everybody, all the people here, everybody, you guys. That's the only reason why I'm here. That's the only reason why I decided to make more wrestling movies and start a wrestling TV series, is because of everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so
well, it's growing, and it's you know, this community in Washington needs folks like you. You know, they need us. They need these coaches. We all need to support each other. And like Actor Marks was saying, share this stuff.
Let's blow it up, yo.
Like, I mean, we need it too. Like it's part of, you know, what we do in these endeavors when we're kind of taking a leap of faith, is we need your guys' support to, you know, share the videos, share the Instagram posts,
buy hoodies,
get hoodies, man. We got, you know, let's pump up the Westbrook Instagram account at Westbrook USA, and man,
we can do it.
So excited,
because we're gonna, dude. Washington State is producing champions. Some of these little people, they're going to be the ones that are the champions later on.
I mean, just look what we just did at duels this weekend, man. Like, it's the trajectory is up.
Yes.
I mean, we're winning national duels with the 14U ladies. Our boys are all American and Greco and juniors, and everybody's performing really well. You know, I think we both just kind of realized that, right? Kind of starting these things, and but we have to stay together. We have to make sure that everybody's supporting and you know, not siloing themselves. Like this is a community. So.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Did you realize that girls wrestling is the second fastest growing sport in the nation?
I believe at one time it was the number one.
Yeah, but you know what number one is?
I think it's flag football now, is it?
Pickleball.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But 60% in 1 year. 60%. Do you know how many high school boy wrestlers there are in the United States?
Give it to me.
364,000. That's just boy wrestlers. This whole thing is growing.
Yeah.
So we want to hit the ground running and be the hub for film, for wrestlers, for everything. We wanted to come out of Washington State. All of it. We dominate wrestling.
Yes. Let's do it for the state. Yep. All right. Well, Greg, appreciate it. As always, man. Go check out the film this fall. And again, give Greg your love and his support as he takes on this first film. And just appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Sam.
All right, man.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.